This is a new day, a new beginning.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about episode 5 of Ahsoka. And I have to say that this was probably the best Star Wars episode of live action that I've seen since ending of Mando Season 2. But let's just get into it because there's a lot to talk about in this episode. So, last week we got episode 5 of Ahsoka, and I have to say it is so good that we finally get to see Hayden Christensen and back as Anakin, and it was pretty good. So I thought the beginning of the episode was absolutely amazing with Anakin and Ahsoka just talking, because we haven't seen them since the Battle of Malachor 5, which was pretty cool. But seeing Anakin and Ahsoka talking about their past and their lightsaber fighting in this episode was amazing. This whole show with the lightsaber fights, yes, we don't have Nick Gillard, but I thought they did a good job in where the lightsaber fights were. But yeah, in this whole lightsaber fighting, we get their past, and like Ahsoka says, like, you have nothing left to teach me, after she kicks him in the face, and he's like, oh, there's one more thing I can teach you. And then as she's falling through, and we get flashbacks of her in the Clone Wars, which I thought the young actress playing Ahsoka was brilliant. Like, it was just amazing seeing that. And it's not key jangling for this episode with Anakin coming back, because it moves the plot forward of Ahsoka, and it wasn't key jangling, because for me, key jangling's like, oh, you just have it there just for there, but it actually moved the story along, so that was very interesting. But when we got to see the Clone Wars, we got to see Teth, Ryloth, and the Siege of Mandalore, which I thought was pretty cool. And just seeing Ahsoka learn the lessons about being Anakin's apprentice, and what I thought the lesson was, like, she was afraid to become what her master became because of following that legacy, and that's why she was so, like, distraught. She was grieving over the fact that she couldn't save him, and that she couldn't, like, be him. She was afraid of becoming what he was. But in this episode, we got to see the redemption of Anakin, as he's, like, teaching her that you don't need to be afraid of your past and what I did. Just be yourself and live. And the lesson teaching was probably my favorite of the episode. And then in the other episode, we got the second part of it was Hera and Jason trying to find Ahsoka after she fell off the cliff. But learning how Jason has a force, and just learning about it, I thought was pretty cool. And him hearing lightsabers in the world between worlds, and then Hera learning about it, was like, it was a little iffy, but I thought it was like she was like pushing him to be, not pushing, but like telling him, like, she believed him, basically. Like, she didn't have the force, but she was like, she wanted to believe him, and like, because she knows that he has the force, and I think she knows how it works a little bit with Kanan, but with her son, she's like, I just gotta believe him, so everything. But yeah, I feel like if you cut out the Hera parts of it, it would have been, and just had Hayden and Ahsoka, it would have been a little bit better. But hey, I still love the episode, even with Hera and Jason, because it moved the forward that we know where they are in the timeline, where Ahsoka is, and then Hera, so it could go back and forth. But yeah, when we got Ahsoka and Hayden back together, and when he called her Snips, and he was trying to basically just push her for one last lesson, which I thought was amazing. But this whole episode was good, and the fact that we got, after she got saved, after learning from Anakin and all the other stuff, which I think we're going to see him one last time, and because that she's been in this series, she's mostly faced droids, which Anakin says in the trailer, like, you'll face more than just droids, which she's been facing HK droids, or is he talking about the Separatist droids? Which I'm thinking it's more of the HK droids, because that's all she's been mostly facing in this entire series. But after she gets saved by the Republic, we get to see the white, Ahsoka the White. I think that is probably the best Ahsoka outfit we've seen ever. Like, even live action and animation, I think this was probably the best Ahsoka outfit that we've seen in live action, which I can't wait to see what people make of it and like cosplayers making it, because I think it's gonna be sick. But we finally get Ahsoka the White, and it was amazing. And I will say, when Ahsoka didn't have her headpiece on and she was bald, it was very awkward, because I think besides her being a baby, that's the first time we've seen Ahsoka without any headband on. It was a little weird, but I don't mind it. It was just funny. But yeah, I think the whole lesson thing with Anakin and Ahsoka is probably the best I've seen, with a Padawan and a Master and Apprentice, which I think it's one of the best interpretations of a master teaching an apprentice, other than Anakin and Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars, maybe, or Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon in Phantom Menace. But I think this is one of the best adaptations of Master and Apprentice that we've seen. But yeah, and it was just all around such a good episode. But tonight is the night we get to see where the story goes forward. I think it was awesome. I think it's going to be a good one, since we only have episode 6, 7, and 8. But I think this is going to be the best couple episodes left. And also because of the Purrgil that we got to see at the end, and them just hyperspacing, I did have a little problem if they didn't know where they were going, so they could end up in Coruscant. They could end up near Coruscant or something, which would be hilarious. But that's the one gripe I've had, is like I've had about the episode, was like they don't know where they're going, so it's like, are they sure they're going to the right galaxy? Like, where are they gonna end up? But I think this series is probably the best live action series that I personally have seen since probably the end of Mando season 2. Like, don't get me wrong, Mando was a good series, but season 3 was Kenobi was just appalling, and Andor was good, and there was just a couple episodes where it was but the Ahsoka series is probably the best I've seen in a live action Star Wars show, because each episode wasn't a filler, it was moving the plot forward. But I hope we see more of Anakin in the series, which I hope we do see, because Hayden is such a good actor with Anakin, but I hope we see more of him. And I hope we see more of the young actress playing Ahsoka moving forward. I hope this isn't the first and only time that we see her, because she killed as young Ahsoka. Like, I can't give more praise to that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the episode. Let me know what you think is going to happen tonight. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.